the mid-year budget review on July 25, 2023, the Association of Ghana Industries calls on governments to scrap the COVID-19 health recovery levy.
We understand why it was introduced, and we thought that it has served its purpose. We are at that stage where there's no sunset clause on the COVID-19 fund.
Also, Deloitte Ghana observes government is sacrificing industry growth for more revenue.
We should try and match our forest reserves with the CDs that we have issued.
Plus, Director of Research at IEA, Dr. John Kwache, suggests Bank of Ghana increases its forex cover for the CD to 70% over the next 3 years.
By taking 5% of their income, it becomes very difficult for businesses to really survive.
My name is Manu Afful. We'll bring you the details of our headlines and many other stories shortly. Thank you for staying with us. In our first story, the Association of Ghana Industries has called on government to scrap the COVID-19 health recovery levy ahead of the mid-year budget review on July 25, 2023. Amidst the World Health Organization's declaration of the pandemic's end, the AGI is questioning the levy's relevance. Moving on, economist with the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Godfred Bopring, among other policy reforms, is expecting government to scrap the COVID levy and the e-levy. He was speaking on the sidelines of the Deloitte Economic Dialogue, which focused on the upcoming mid-year budget review.
I'm expecting that government will look at the VAT decoupling. We should merge the standard VAT rate with the street levies and peg it at below 18%. And then the shortfall, we should close that through greater administrative and compliance, including the e-VAT and the rest of them, and we should empower the GRA and with the necessary political will to do that. Then I'm expecting that the COVID health levy will go. I'm also expecting that e-levy will go. It will make the government unpopular, but that is what it means to listen. Because the digital economy is emerging, we need to oil that sector, and the e-levy is not the way to go. Because if you put all of that, the consumption-based taxes is just too much. The inequality worsening effect and the poverty-enhancing effect of this consumption-based tax handles is too much.
Back to the AGI calling on government to scrap the COVID-19 health recovery levy ahead of the mid-year budget review. Take a listen.
The COVID-19 health recovery levy was introduced in March 2021 as a 1% levy on the supply of goods and services in Ghana, as well as on imports. The levy is intended to raise revenue to support the government's COVID-19 response. The levy has been controversial since its introduction. Some businesses and individuals have argued the levy is a regressive tax that disproportionately affects the poor. However, with the announcement by the World Health Organization of an end in the pandemic, many insist the levy has outlived its purpose and must be scrapped.
We'll still continue to pay COVID-19 fine. We understand why it was introduced, and we thought that it has served its purpose. We are at that stage where there's no sunset clause on the COVID-19 fund. It is important that they put timeline on this fund, and our expectations are that they terminate the implementation of these COVID-19 funds.
The Association of Ghana Industries has also called for some reliefs for pipe producers in the country.
Manufacturing sanitary locally is becoming very expensive because of all of these taxes you need to pay on the raw materials. And so we're asking for government to take off all of these levies so that it becomes easier and cheaper to import the raw materials.
With the country's economy in dire straits and government's pressing need for revenue, the question still remains if it will remove levies that appear to be bringing in some income. Michael Obodu, for 3 Business.
Let's stay a while on the mid-year budget review. The increasing calls for tax reforms prior to the mid-year budget review has been reiterated by a lead partner at Deloitte Ghana, George Ankoma. Speaking at the 2023 Deloitte Economic Dialogue, he emphasized the need for burden sharing by government to help ease the burden on industry. Prior to the mid-year budget review, the business community has expressed keen expectations on tax cuts and other reforms to minimize the impact of the current economic challenges.
We have companies downsizing because they need to survive, and they are paying all these taxes. As I speak with you, we have one of our companies in the beverage sector which closed down one of their production lines. 150 people have gone home. A couple of weeks after they went home, there was news that I think 2 or 3 people had passed on. The situation is bad.
A lead partner at Deloitte Ghana, George Ankoma, also wants industry to be given some respite so they can survive.
One of the taxes that was also passed recently is the minimum tax regime that was passed for businesses that are even making losses. By taking 5% of their income, it becomes very difficult for businesses to really survive in such circumstances. A lot of effort needs to be put in by ensuring that incentives are created, tax incentives are created for these sectors to be able to attract investment into those sectors.
The level of risk attached to industries is on the high due to increased tariffs and taxes. For players in the industry, government's quest to drive stability and growth must be backed with more attention to the business community. Manu Afful, 3 Business, Accra. Still on the economy, Director of Research at Institute for Economic Affairs, Dr. John Kwache, has suggested the Bank of Ghana gradually raise its forex cover for the cedi to 70% in the next 3 years. This, he noted, will help strengthen the cedi. Dr. Kwache, while speaking at a workshop on the country's 17th IMF bailout by Economic Governance Platform, recommended the formation of a currency board to address this.
We should try and match our forest reserves with the CDs that we have issued. In fact, there's a provision in the Bank of Ghana Act that says that the Bank of Ghana must cover the CDs it has issued in the economy by at least 40% of foreign exchange. We think that, this floor, foreign exchange cover, should be increased over time to say 70%, maybe over 3 years. That will help, to strengthen the cedi. Currency board covers its local currency issue 100% with foreign exchange, and that is why, in currency board systems, the exchange rate does not depreciate. So we are calling on the Bank of Ghana to gradually increase its foreign exchange cover for the cedis.
You heard the voice of Dr. John Kwache, Director of Research at the Institute of Economic Affairs. Now to a Friday feature. There's a concerning trend that has caught the attention of car buyers and enthusiasts alike. The prices of cars have skyrocketed, and in some cases, they have more than doubled in just 2 years. In a special Friday feature, my colleague Bismarck Awusa explores what is contributing to the increasing prices of cars in recent times.
Buying a car, once considered a symbol of freedom and mobility, has become increasingly challenging for many. So what exactly is driving this extraordinary price?
Recovery levy also has to be scrapped because it has gone. The special import duty, for example, should go. The African Union taxes should be reduced. But if these things are still there with us, there is no way that you can, cope up with.
Cola S, 1.4 billion. Where's that bread?
A prospective buyer engaged in a tense standoff with a garage dealer during the price negotiation regarding the value of a 2012 Toyota Corolla S selling at 140,000 Ghana cedis.
Well, the full story will be aired today at 12:30 p.m. on Business Daily on 3FM, at TV3 Midday Live, and on News 360. Moving on, economist Dr. Saad Idrisu is entreating government to take immediate steps to enhance the plight of low-income earning Ghanaians to avoid plunging many more into extreme poverty. According to a World Bank report, some 850,000 Ghanaians were pushed into poverty in 2022 because of rising food inflation. The report also predicted the economy is expected to recover its potentials by 2025. Dr. Saad has listed some courses of action governments can take to cushion the average Ghanaian.
We could say more than 50% of our working population are just living hand to mouth. Whatever they make at the end of the month, it doesn't even take them to the next month. So government will have to refocus on the day-to-day bread and butter issues that affect the people. Government will have to see how to be able to address our rental systems so that people will be able to afford rent. Again, government needs to look at the transportation sector, how to be able to make public transport available. Government should see how to expand the LEAP, the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program, so that it could cover much more elderly and much more low-income families that are on the poverty line. I think these are basic measures government could rightly put in place to be able to address this current poverty scenario that we are facing. And also, I would say that government should also focus on the national health insurance.
Economist Dr. Saad Idrisu there. Now let's take a listen to how the cedi is faring against major trading currencies and how some of our key commodities are faring on the global markets.
On the interbank foreign exchange market, where banks trade amongst themselves, the dollar recorded no price change, selling at 11 cedis. The British pound lost 1 pesewa and it is selling at 14 cedis 1 pesewa. The euro also lost a pesewa, selling at 12 cedis 2 pesewas. However, be guided that these figures will be higher at a forex bureau near you. On the global commodities market, price of cocoa is down by 1.31%, selling at $3,388 per ton. Price of Brent crude oil is down by 0.24%, selling now at about $80 per barrel, while the price of an ounce of gold is down by 0.3%, selling at $1,971.
That was an update from the commodities and forex markets. Now on the international front, India has banned the export of non-basmati white rice in an attempt to ward off looming domestic price spikes. Heavy rains have hurt crops in the country and rice prices have risen by more than 11% over the last 12 months. Non-basmati white grain currently accounts for about a quarter of India's rice exports, the Ministry of Consumer Affairs said as it announced the policy change. Experts warned the move could push up global food prices. India is the world's biggest exporter of rice, accounting for more than 40% of global shipments. Non-basmati rice is mainly exported to countries in Asia and Africa. That will be all for Business News on Sunrise. My name is Manu Afful. For more business stories, please check out our website, 3news.com. Stay tuned. Sunrise continues.
With Sunny FM and Sunny TV with support from Superfarm Network presents Comic and Comedy, Ghana's maiden stand-up comedy festival.
If you want to know the number of years a man is married, ask about his wife. How his wife is doing. The way you will respond determines the number of years. If it's 1 year, 2 years, you ask him, big man, how is your wife? Excuse me, you mean my lovely-dovey baby, lovely-dovey wife? She is good. After 5 years, how is your wife? She is good. 10 years, how is your wife?
Performing on this big stage are Obi Amponsa, Clemento Suarez, General Intatia, Jacinta, Foster Romanus, Lexi the Comic, Efia Barcelona, Putogo, introducing Ya Enima with Honorable Mikio Sebeko and Honorable Fritz Bafo as guest of honor. Venue is the National Theatre. Dates are Saturday the 22nd of July and Sunday the 23rd of July 2023. Time is 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates is 150 Ghana cedis for standard and 250 Ghana cedis for VIP. Dial star 713 star 003 hash to purchase your tickets on all networks or call 0552 300075. Comic and Comedy is sponsored by Ebony Condoms, Secure, Blue Band and Series. Media partners are the Multimedia Group, Despite Media, Media General, Plaza FM, YFM and Graphic
passengers. Neighbor Cecilia.
Driver, you can't do this in London.
Oh, 1 minute for why?
Shell,
Driver, what's all this about?
Oh, madam, help me say thank you to Shell. Because I'm a member of the Shell Club, I get loyalty points every time I buy fuels that I use to redeem gifts I love. Third-party insurance for my car, free medical insurance, and many more. Shell dey my side. In fact, when I see another Shell station, I will hug everyone there.
Hey, driver, what the fire kwanza?
Hey, English, madam. In 2-3.
Enjoy numerous benefits when you buy fuel from Shell. Get loyalty points to claim third-party car insurance, family medical cover, provisions, and many more for free. Driver, Shell dey your side. Go well.
A bank that supports you. A bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up, big dreams are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams are alive, CBG will make you smile. No matter we will rise with you. Your business will flourish, your name will stand out. Consolidated Bank, CBG, we stand with you.
Hello, Auntie Araba. Hey, Bugger, how are you doing today? I want to buy Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, but I don't have enough money. So what are you going to do? Can you give me the big size? You know, as for me, I'll pay the balance later.
Today, no credit. I haven't sold much this morning. If you don't have enough money for the big size, why don't you try the 120-gram pack?
There's a 120-gram pack? Introducing the new Pepsodent Cavity Fighter in 120-gram pack size. More affordable and convenient. Get yours today from any supermarket near you. Every smile matters. This advert is FDA approved.
JPS Communications, in partnership with Sunny FM and Sunny TV, with support from Superfarm Network, presents Comic and Comedy, Ghana's maiden stand-up comedy festival.
If you want to know the number of years a man is married, ask about his wife. How his wife is doing. The way you will respond determines the number of years. If it's 1 year, 2 years, you ask him, big man, how is your wife? Excuse me, you mean my lovey-dovey baby, lovely-dovey wife? She is good. After 5 years, how is your wife? She is good. 10 years, how is your wife?
Performing on this big stage are Obi Amponsa, Clemento Suarez, General Ntatia, Jacinta, Foster Romanus, Lexi the Comic, Efia Barcelona, Putobo, introducing Ya Enima with Honorable Mikio Sebeko and Honorable Fritz Bafo as guest of honor. Venue is the National Theatre. Dates are Saturday the 22nd of July and Sunday the 23rd of July 2023. Time is 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates is 150 Ghana cedis for standard and 250 Ghana cedis for VIP. Dial *713*003# to purchase your tickets on all networks or call 0552 300075. Comic and Comedy is sponsored by Ebony Condoms, Secure, Blue Band, and Series. Media partners are the Multimedia Group, Despite Media, Media General, Plaza FM, YFM, and Graphic Showbiz.
Usika seme nkoyiana quick credit sia say sika pe ennafom intina yabasa ye be church wo yam bosia bon hyehyɛ ho wutumi bobosia edifi aso ye fee 1500 Ghana cedis edeko na nea wo hia ne wo national ID card wo hia sa wo betu susu wo hia awowa ye ngiseke bia nto ho wo nsanso hia se wo ne yem bebue futuo bia quick credit wo homao say ye dwa na wo pese wudi ana wo pese wo hye ejuma foforo ase ana say ye school fees ana po eyeye wo sumi ejuma ye fo nso ye wo bi mamo na mom kai say ye mobosia wo internet so afen so on mantika krobia batan Bank of Ghana and sa wo dwumedie yi mu enti tutumri kana frey yen wo 0302 200390 ana 0596 920 833 quick credits London made simple kai say dwumedie yin hyehyɛ kakra wo ho
3FM 92.7.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the sports segment on Sunrise here on 3FM 92.7. My name is Owuraku Ampofo, and it's a pleasure to have you here this morning. We're also streaming live on Facebook, and so you can catch up with us over there. But let's start off with some local football, where there have been reports that Gladson Awako is set to leave Heart of Oak this transfer window. But the player has revealed that he still has some months left on his contract. He was speaking to our sister station, Akuma FM.
At the moment, yes, I'm trying to put that up. Yeah, at the moment, no. Yes,
92.7.
No, we're 14, 15 months. I don't mean to mean Kasabi doing because at the moment, any coach and coach who probably now or the new philosophy of the INM. Matic came, they were captains there before, but only on the and he appointed, which the other players there, but he appointed. A new coach can come today and appoint a new captain, a new leader. So, but I am the same now, captain, a club like that. There's no time, there's still a player. So when the season starts, we take it from there. There's going to be a new team with a fighting spirit of Asufo. The that things are going into the season, which we know where we fall short, and the big also knows where they fall short. So they know what to do, and the players also know.
That was Gladson Awako on his contract situation at Heart of Oak. But we'll be getting more updates on what's happening with that as well, and who the new coach of Heart of Oak would be. But let's still stay on the local front, where we now turn our attention to the Black Queens, who've been in the news quite recently for their exploits. They've been impressive under new coach Nora Hapto, winning all 5 games under her so far. The Swiss coach was asked after her victory against Guinea whether she would be interested in the Black Stars job in future, and this is what she had to say.
Well, I focus on the Black Queens. I'm the head coach of the Black Queens, and it's not my statistic, it's our statistic. I have a staff, and I have a team, I have players, and it's our work, it's a teamwork. And finally, football is in Africa football, it's in Europe football, so it's not so far away, everything. I need to learn and adapt myself a lot. You saw the DNA, you saw the structure of the Black Queens, and I'm very proud to see this picture on the pitch.
Well, that was head coach of the Black Queens, Nora Hapto. But let's still stay on the Queens because one of the impressive things under Hapto has been the defense of the national team, because they're still yet to concede in the 5 games that she's been in charge. And the goalkeeper in the Sticks, who has been responsible for a number of those clean sheets, is Cynthia Conlan. Now, she sat with 3 sports to tell her story about how she moved from Tamale to Europe to becoming number 1 goalkeeper for the Black Queens. Cynthia Conlan started her goalkeeping journey as a hobby back in junior high school. It was her sports master who identified her talent and encouraged her to pursue goalkeeping. Her breakthrough into the professional scene arrived after Pelpia Ladies came calling.
3FM,
after making a name for herself
92.7.
locally, she was rewarded with a move to Europe, joining Swiki United in Malta. But Cynthia didn't start out in the goalpost and only discovered that side of herself in primary school.
I can remember we had PE, which I was still in P4. Then we were asked to play a game with our seniors, P5. Then I had a misunderstanding with my sister. She said she wanted to be in post. Then I was like, oh, I also want to be in post. Then our madam came out and said, no, Cynthia, you are taller than your sister, so you need to be in the goal post. And that was how it started. So from there, I was like, wow, I think I can do this.
Cynthia arrived in Malta just 4 days before the start of the season. Her sole objective was to help Swiki United beat Berkikara FC, a team they had no success against. That objective was achieved when they were drawn against Berkikara in the Super Cup semi-finals. They won 1-0 and went on to win the trophy.
But me going back to Malta now, I would say I wish my team will be crowned champions so we can go and play in the Champions League.
The former Pelpia Ladies player had a season to remember, conceding just 6 goals and was named Goalkeeper of the Year. Her impressive performances at club level, coupled with her development from the Black Maidens to the Black Princesses, has seen her become the number 1 goalkeeper for the Black Queens.
I think Black Queens at large is like a team, like one team. We don't, oh, this person is senior or no, we don't have that. So I think when we first got there, they made us understood that, oh, when you are in a team, we have seniors and juniors, but at least that doesn't make them like more superior than we, those who are just coming into the team.
Cynthia has started 4 of Nora Hoptel's 5 games in charge of the Black Queens, and the goalkeeper admits the Swiss trainer has made a difference.
So she's the kind of person, she like those who are hardworking, like those who don't, like those who are not afraid to make mistakes and all those. Yes, that's the kind of people she like. Playing under Coach Nora, which I haven't considered. I pray and I hope it will continue that way.
Despite being just 20 years, Cynthia Conlan has a depth of experience when it comes to goalkeeping. She may have got into the space by chance, but she has the world at her feet currently and even dreams of achieving more. So that was the story of Cynthia Conlan, who is the Black Stars' number 1 goalkeeper. She's been in post for 4 of the 5 games that Nora Houghton has been in charge, and she is yet to concede in any of those games. But let's move back to men's football, where Arsenal head coach Mikel Arteta has been speaking after their 5-0 drubbing of the MLS Stars in a preseason friendly game. The Spanish coach has been talking about his summer signings, starting with Declan Rice.
I think use him tonight. He's a really versatile player. We can use him in different positions. Within those positions, he gives you the capacity to invert, to occupy different spaces. He's so comfortable on the ball in that phase. And as Gilles got this aggression on the duels and that dynamism that I really like about him. And you saw from the first action, I think on the high press, he won the ball straight away on that duel, and he was ready to go. And he's been that line the last few days. I think he's glided really well with the team, and I think he's going to be a really important player for us.
One other signing was Kai Havertz, who was also on the score sheet. Now, Mikel Arteta says that the player would be deployed in a number of positions as the season wears on. Now, this comes after the German has been the subject of criticisms, mostly stating that he doesn't know what his best position is.
I think, again, that's one of the main qualities that he had, and he gives us something very different with his quality, with his size as well, when we have to beat the press, for example, and use him as a target man. So we will see. For now, he's playing the attacking midfielder position, but I'm sure throughout the season and throughout games as well, we're going to have the option to use him in different positions.
Well, let's now head to women's football and talk about the Women's World Cup, where New Zealand picked up their first win in World Cup history after they beat Norway in the opening game of the competition. Now, head coach of the co-host, Jitka Klimkova, was pleased with the result.
I still have goosebumps. I still have emotions in me. It's we waited for this moment for such a long time, and having this opportunity at home, beating Norway, strong opposition, hearing our fans being behind us, that's just unforgettable moment for me as a coach, and of course for all the players that have been involved and all the people that are actually supporting our team. So incredible feeling.
Well, that was New Zealand coach Jitka Klimkova. But let's still stay with the women's football, because there was action early this morning because Nigeria were involved in their first game of the tournament after being held to a goalless draw by Canada, who are one of the favorites and come into the competition as Olympic champions. Now, Nigeria themselves would count the 1 point as 1 gained rather than 2 points lost, because St. Clair, who is the highest scorer in women's football, missed the penalty in the second half after she saw her effort saved by Nigerian goalkeeper Nanjozi. Now that result means that Nigeria stay on 1 point. They stay on 1 point alongside Canada in Group B, behind Australia, who are on 3 points and top of the group. Ireland sits bottom with 0 points so far. In the other game for the day, Switzerland just beat Philippines, who are playing in their first ever World Cup by 2-0. Bachmann scored from the spot right on the brink of halftime before Pew Bell doubled the lead just 20 minutes after the break. What that result also means is that Switzerland go top of Group A ahead of co-host New Zealand, who are also on 3 points, and then Norway and Philippines sit in third and fourth respectively. There's a game going on currently, and that's between Spain and Costa Rica. Group C action is 9 minutes played. Spain 0, Costa Rica 0. So we definitely be bringing you updates on the Women's World Cup, and you can follow us on social media for updates on the competition as well. But before we go, let's bring you up to date with some boxing, because boxing legend Azuma Nelson has slammed the money-oriented thinking of some boxers of this generation, saying that most of them don't want to go through the pain required to succeed. Azuma Nelson was speaking on his 65th birthday on our sister station Akuma FM, and believes that it might take some time before Ghana produces another legendary boxer.
In our days, the government helps us by our food, our training. But today, the boys, some of them, they go to training, they come home, and they don't have anything to eat. So most of them, they discourage, and then they couldn't go again. But I think, like I said, God's time is the best. Somebody like me, if I see a boxer or a world champion who's ready to go through, I'll be more than happy to push him. But to get a world champion like on the street is not easy like that. You have to identify world champions. So it depends on their training. When they come to training, and then like somebody, you can see somebody very tough, but you think this guy is tough or is tall or is thick, so he can be a world champion, he can fight. No, you bring him to the gym for 1 month, take him through the exercise. If you can go through the exercise, then you start getting confidence. But like I said, today, anybody you call, he needs money. He complains to you, and I'm hungry, so I can't do what you are saying. A lot of things, a lot of
3FM 92.7,
and you know that nothing will come easy, and you have to go through. We are there to help people to achieve their aim, but it's not easy to get those people. Today, when you see a small boy, become like national champion, tomorrow you see him with 5 girls follow him. When you talk to him, he don't listen. They think he got to where you have got. So it's difficult, but like I said, by prayers you can go far.
Well, that was former boxing champion Azuma Nelson speaking on what has caused Ghana to not be producing boxers at the top level recently. But the former two-weight world champion shared that humility is how he believes that Ghana could get back at the top when it comes to boxing.
That one, unless I do miracles, because most of our boxers, they can't go through the thing, the hard work, the humbleness, the God-fearing, they don't have it, and they think of now that they want money right now, and you can't invest your money today and then today you go to the bank and say you made it. Every good thing doesn't come easy. So if they want to be like Azuma Nelson, they have to follow me.
92.7.
The humbleness, the God-fearing, the love, hard work, love, discipline, and just give yourself to God.
Well, that was Azuma Nelson with a piece of advice for upcoming boxers. And that's the note on which we'll be wrapping up the sports segment here on Sunrise this morning. My name is Owuraku Ampofo, and if you're after some more sports stories, especially updates on the Women's World Cup, you can follow us on social media at 3SportsGH, or you can also check out our website 3news.com for the latest in the world of sports. Sunrise continues right after this break.